Babies don't start speaking by learning grammar. They listen first. And that's exactly where your English journey should begin. Not with textbooks, but with your ears and your mindset.
Welcome to the very first day of your transformational English journey. In the next few minutes, you'll learn something that can change your English forever. But first, subscribe so you stay on track for success, one step at a time. I'm Emily, your host, and you're listening to the Speakeasy English Show, and I'm thrilled you're joining us on day one of our 30-day English speaking challenge. Over the next 30 days, we'll guide you through everything, from absolute basics to advanced tips, whether you're a beginner or preparing for Ielts. Today, we're talking about the very first step every English learner must take. For the next 30 days, we're not just learning English, we're speaking it, living it, and building fluency brick by brick. And today, with my brilliant co-host Tommy, we're unpacking the most important question. Where do you start when learning English? What's the foundation? Understanding the mindset and basic rules of language learning.
Hey everyone, I'm Tommy, and I've helped hundreds of learners overcome the fear of speaking English. Today, we're going deep into the first step in mastering spoken English. Spoiler alert, it's not grammar, and it's definitely not memorizing lists of words.
Segment 1. What's the first step in learning English? Before you dive into what is a noun or how to speak fluently, you need to build your base. Many learners rush into complex grammar or try to learn thousands of words without truly understanding how language acquisition works. That's like trying to build a house starting with the roof. That base is made of input and mindset. Think of learning English like learning to swim. You don't start with diving into the deep end or memorizing all the swimming strokes from a book. You first get into the water, you get comfortable, and you let your body feel the buoyancy. It's a natural, gradual process.
Absolutely. The first step is exposure. This is crucial. Listening to English daily, even if you don't understand everything, teaches your brain the patterns, the rhythm, and the sounds of the language. It's about immersing yourself. This isn't about active studying initially, it's about constant contact. This is called passive learning. Just like babies, you absorb before you produce. They don't analyze sentence structure. They just hear, hear, hear. They absorb the sounds, the intonation, the natural flow. Your brain is an incredible sponge. Give it the right material, and it will start making connections. Listen to podcasts, watch movies, listen to music. Just get the sound of English into your head consistently.
And the second, equally vital part of the first step is your mindset. Let's be honest, most learners are scared of making mistakes. It's a natural fear, but it's also the biggest barrier to speaking. We often feel embarrassed or we worry about sounding foolish. But let me say this loud and clear. Fluency is not perfection. It's progress. Mistakes mean you're trying, and trying means you're learning. Every single native speaker made countless mistakes as children before they became fluent. Mistakes are your feedback mechanism. They show you where to improve. Don't let the fear of a stumble keep you from running. Instead of saying, "I don't know enough English to speak," start saying, "I know enough to try today." Even saying a few simple sentences aloud each day creates momentum. It builds a habit. It signals to your brain that English is something you do, not just something you study.
That brings us to our golden rules. Segment 2. The 8 golden rules of English learning. These are non-negotiables. Think of them as the bedrock principles that will guide your entire English journey. Follow them diligently, and your English will improve every single day, becoming more natural and more confident.
Rule 1. Don't fear mistakes. Mistakes are your teachers. Speak even if it's broken. Forget about speaking perfectly from day one. Embrace every stumble. Every time you say something wrong, it's a chance to learn. Imagine you're building a tower with Legos. If a piece falls, you pick it up, see why it fell, and try again. That's learning. For example, instead of staying silent because you're unsure of grammar, say, "Me go park yesterday." A native speaker will understand and you can correct it later. The goal is communication first.
Rule 2. Practice daily. Fluency is a result of consistency, not long study hours once a week. Short, consistent bursts of practice are far more effective than long, infrequent study sessions. 5 to 10 minutes every single day will build a strong habit and keep English active in your mind. For example, set an alarm for just 5 minutes each morning to listen to an English song or speak aloud. This small daily habit compounds over time into massive progress.
Rule 3. Speak aloud. Thinking in English is great, but speaking out loud builds fluency. You can think in English all day, but that doesn't train your mouth muscles or your vocal cords. To produce sound, you need to practice producing sound. This is about making English physical. Example: describe your breakfast aloud to yourself or narrate your walk to work. I am eating cereal. It is crunchy. The milk is cold. Don't worry about who hears you. Focus on the act of speaking.
Rule 4. Listen more than you read. Spoken English and written English are very different. Reading is important, but spoken English has its own rhythm, intonation, and common phrases. You learn natural flow by listening to it in real contexts, not just from text. Example: after reading an article, find a related podcast or YouTube video on the same topic. Listen to how native speakers discuss it. Notice the contractions, gonna instead of going to, and linking sounds.
Rule 5. Use real-life English. Focus on expressions, idioms, and daily conversation, not exam grammar. While grammar has its place, true fluency comes from using language as it's spoken in everyday life. Focus on phrases people actually use, not just textbook rules that sound unnatural. Example: instead of memorizing obscure grammar rules, learn common phrases like, "How's it going? What's up? No worries."
Rule 6. Learn through context. Don't memorize words, learn them in sentences. A word on its own is just a word. A word in a sentence becomes a tool. When you learn words in context, you also learn how they're used, their nuances, and which prepositions go with them. For example, instead of writing happy, write, "I am happy to be here today." This immediately shows you how the word functions in a sentence and makes it easier to recall and use correctly.
Rule 7. Be patient and kind to yourself. Learning takes time. Celebrate small wins. This isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. There will be good days and bad days. Don't beat yourself up for mistakes or slow progress. Acknowledge every small step forward. For example, if you managed to understand a difficult sentence or successfully used a new phrase in your self-talk, give yourself a pat on the back. Yes, I did it. One step closer to fluency.
Rule 8. Track your progress. Keep a diary of new words, phrases, or what you said in English each day. Seeing your progress is a huge motivator. A simple notebook or a note on your phone where you jot down what you practiced or learned will show you how far you've come. For example, at the end of each day, write down 3 new words you heard, 1 phrase you tried to use, or simply a sentence describing your day in English. This visual representation of growth is incredibly powerful.
Print those rules, stick them on your wall. Every time you feel discouraged, read them again. There's your compass for navigating this incredible journey.
Segment 3. Practical action steps. What to do today. Now that you have the golden rules, let's talk about what you should actually do today to put them into practice. You're not just listening to this podcast, you're taking action. These are your homework assignments, but they're fun ones.
1. Listen and repeat. 10 minutes. This is often called shadowing or listen and mimic, and it's incredibly powerful. Pick a short, engaging piece of English audio or video, a 2-minute clip from a YouTube video, a segment from a podcast like ours, or a few lines from an audiobook. How to do it. Listen to a sentence, pause the audio, and then repeat it aloud exactly as you heard it. Try your best to match the speaker's tone, rhythm, and stress. Pay attention to how words link together. Don't worry about understanding every single word. Focus on the sounds and the flow. Why it works. This trains your mouth muscles to produce English sounds correctly, improves your pronunciation and intonation, and helps you internalize natural speech patterns. It's like vocal training for English. Do this for just 10 minutes, focusing intensely on mimicking.
2. Mirror self-talk. 5 minutes of power. This might sound a little strange at first, but trust us, it's incredibly effective for building confidence and reducing the fear of speaking. The mirror isn't just for checking your hair, it's your private, judgment-free practice space. How to do it? Stand in front of a mirror for just 5 minutes each day and talk to your reflection. Start with simple introductions like, "Hi, I'm Tommy. I'm learning English to improve myself, and I'm ready for today's English challenge." Connecting to your listening. This is where you supercharge this exercise. After you've spent time listening to a podcast or video, bring what you heard into your self-talk. You could say, "Today I listened to a fantastic episode of Speakeasy English about." Mention a topic from a previous or future episode. Daily routines. The hosts talked about the importance of consistency. I think consistency is crucial because what do you field on the streets? In I provides of people, your own simple reason because of these. I brought me to as many James. What do you think, future me? This encourages you to form your own opinions and express simple ideas in English. Key tip. Remember, the goal here is to build confidence and get comfortable hearing your own voice speaking English. Keep eye contact with yourself. This mimics real conversation. Speak slowly and confidently, even if you feel a little silly at first. This is your safe space to experiment and make mistakes without pressure. Every word spoken is progress.
3. Start a vocabulary notebook. 10 minutes. This isn't about memorizing endless lists. This is about making vocabulary active and personal. You need a dedicated notebook, either physical or digital. How to do it? Each day, pick 5 new words or phrases that you encountered during your listening or reading. For each word, don't just write the definition. Write down 1, the word/phrase itself, 2, its meaning, in English if possible or your native language, 3, a sentence using the word that is relevant to your life or interests. This is crucial. For example, instead of "the dog barked loudly," write "my neighbour's dog barks loudly every morning." 4, a synonym or antonym if applicable. Why it works. By connecting words to your personal experience, you make them more memorable and easier to retrieve when you want to speak. Revise them at night for a few minutes before bed. This simple, consistent habit will expand your active vocabulary immensely.
4. Record yourself. Optional but highly recommended. 3. 5 minutes. This step might feel a bit intimidating, but it's one of the most powerful tools for improvement. You don't have to share it with anyone. How to do it? Use your phone's voice recorder or a simple video app. Talk about your day, what you did, what you plan to do, or simply summarize what you learned in today's Speakeasy English episode. Even 30 seconds to a minute is great. Why it works. This will help you hear your own progress over time. You'll notice your pronunciation getting clearer, your sentences becoming smoother, and your vocabulary expanding. It's an objective way to track your fluency journey and builds immense self-awareness. Don't judge yourself harshly. Just listen and observe. You're building a library of your own progress.
Remember, consistency is your superpower. These 4 practical steps done daily, even for short bursts, will transform your English speaking.
And as part of our commitment to making English easy, let's quickly review some useful words and phrases that came up in today's discussion. These are not only great for your general English, but also incredibly useful if you're preparing for exams like Ielts.
First, we talked about exposure. This simply means being in contact with something repeatedly. Example, constant exposure to English news. Help me learn real-life phrases and current events.
Next, momentum. This is the energy or force that keeps something going. Once you start moving, it's easier to keep going. Example, speaking English daily, even a little, creates momentum in your language learning journey.
Then we have consistency. This refers to doing something regularly over time. It's the opposite of being sporadic. Example, 5 minutes of speaking consistently every day builds more skill than 2 hours once a week.
And finally, fluency. This is the ability to speak smoothly and naturally without much hesitation or effort. Remember, it's not about being perfect. Example, don't aim for perfection in your English, aim for fluency. Perfection will follow naturally with time and practice.
Try to use these words in your journal, in your mirror self-talk, or in a conversation today. The more you use them, the more they become an active part of your voice and your vocabulary.
And to all our listeners, your journey with English doesn't have to be frustrating. It doesn't have to be a struggle filled with endless grammar rules. Start smart, be consistent with these practical steps, and always connect words to your real life.
Remember, learning English is not a race. It's a marathon, a continuous and rewarding journey. You've already taken the hardest step, which is starting. So keep going. Celebrate every small victory, every new word, every sentence you form.
New tips, new strategies, and new challenges drop every day here on Speakeasy English Show. And trust me, you don't want to miss them. Make sure you hit that subscribe button now and turn on notifications so you stay ahead of the game.
Tomorrow, we'll unlock the secrets to building strong listening skills, diving deeper into how you can train your ear to understand English even better. Because remember, better listening means better speaking.
Until then, keep speaking, keep smiling, and keep believing in yourself and your incredible ability to master English.
This is Emily from the Speak Easy English Show, signing off where every learner becomes a speaker.